All right, Matt Ferrell, there's a history of TLC matches for the tag team title at SummerSlam. There is a history of TLC matches in recent history for the SmackDown tag division. All that being said, it's kind of like, is TLC for this match coming off of the TLC at the SmackDown after WrestleMania with 3 of these teams, double that at 6 a few months later, and then the history of TLC. I don't know if I'd pick TLC. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, if you're going to do 6 teams on a PLE, TLC is that's a lot of initials there. It's the way to do it. Like, you're not going to do a gauntlet.
Is it the timing that I don't like? What is it? Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of thrown together. This is their bone for sorry we didn't get you on Mania. And then you came in on SmackDown and crushed it. So now we're getting everybody in, and it's going to be a spot fest, and it's going to be fun. That's what it's for. Like,
I have a strong assumption that it's night 2 because when they released the numbers, night 1 had 6 and 5 for night 2.
I would imagine it's night 2. Night 2 is if you only had money for one, that's the one I'm buying tickets to.
Really?
Oh yeah. Especially with this added to it, because this live is probably going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so let's kind of construct each team here and go from there. Right now, I like DIY and this plucky heel veteran group. I think that they're fun. They've had their title reigns. They were transitional champs. They've kind of feuded with all these teams through line, but they're like kind of the core of the SmackDown tag division. What do you think of DIY currently in the middle of 2025?
They're the straw that stirs the drink for the division.
Yep.
They're backstage running mouths and instigating and setting up matches through their mouths, whether they involve them or not. You know, they're saying, well, you should do this and you guys need to do this. So I think if I'm ranking the 6 teams by percent odds, I think they're going to win. I would probably give DIY the highest percentage.
Interesting. All right. That's cool. We should do that too as we go along. All right. And then kind of from not heels, but baby faces, the veteran group is the Motor City Machine Guns here. They've been in the WWE for about 8 months. They've had the pretty good 2 out of 3 falls at Royal Rumble against DIY. They've had some highlights throughout, but they're kind of just in that core gatekeeper babyface slot. I think they do okay. What do you think of them?
They are, in case of emergency, break glass tag team. It's okay. We need a match. We need to go 12 minutes. It needs to be good. Send out the machine gun. Have we developed any of their personality other than we're veterans? Like, we're veterans and we are friends with each other. And at some point, maybe we were friends with Johnny Gargano. Like, there's not a lot of sizzle to their steak. They're great to have on the roster. I'm not saying they fill a role. They, like you said, the veteran gatekeepers. We're going to go out there and put on a match. I think SmackDown going from 3 hours to 2 hours is really going to hurt the Motor City Machine Guns because you're not needing match time filler as much. And that was kind of their bread and butter.
I think they would excel on Raw once we shake up the rosters. Have that cool role over there.
The teeter-totter of the tag team division is way lopsided.
All right, let's go across the aisle here to the comparable Motor City Machine Guns, but much younger and way more athletic. Even though Machine Guns are still pretty athletic and good. I don't want to discredit them, but Fraxiom coming off a fantastic 2024 and then just really jumping on SmackDown. And I like the presentation that they had right away, beating a bunch of these teams, including even the Street Profits. But then they've had a few losses to kind of level them out. But I think still, if I'm going to have a match with any of these guys, I want to see a Fraxiom match.
I mean, I'm not a current NXT guy. So I had heard and they got called up and I was like, wow, these guys are really good. You're right. They are the younger Motor City Machine Guns, which is kind of like, we don't know their motivations other than we know we want to be champion. There's not a lot of personality built yet with them, which I think is probably why you've got even less with the Machine Guns, because if you're going to build on 2 teams that are kind of at some level the same, you're going to go with the younger guys. So I think they're almost, the Machine Guns Junior. They're like taking their spot here on SmackDown. I think they're probably if we're doing the percent, I would say they're the second highest percentage behind DIY because you can kind of make them here. You know, if you remember back to the Attitude Era TLC matches, we all remember Edge and Christian with all the personality, but when they won the WrestleMania ladder match, which was basically a TLC match without the name, they hadn't had the personality yet. When I rewatched all that, I'm like, oh, I remember them being more goofy in personality.
Yeah, that would come later in that summer.
Yeah, it came later.
Yeah.
But winning this match was kind of like hey, here's Edge and Christian, and I think this could be, here's Fraxiom.
Okay, interesting. All right, the newest SmackDown team here is Andrade and Rey Fenix. It's a little weird that we don't have like the Lucha Bros, but I get it. But Penta's also not on SummerSlam, so I think it's merchandising and it's like a plan for Penta, and they're not ready to cash in that singles run yet. And what's Andrade doing? Let's kind of just throw him with Rey Fenix, who's also doing nothing. They happen to be a really good tag team. It's just not the Lucha Bros. I like the presentation they've had the last month. And I like, even last night, we had the unity with the Mexican flag to kind of cement them as like a tag team, I guess, right? And I thought that was pretty cool as well. So what do you think of them? You think they're in your top three or bottom three of most likely to win this?
They're third or fourth.
Okay, they're in the middle. All right, so we'll put them in the middle.
Yeah, they're in that middle. They're kind of in there because neither one was doing anything currently, and they're great. So it's like, well, let's use these guys. Maybe it becomes a thing. Maybe it's a New Age Outlaw situation where it was two guys not doing anything. We put them together for a little while.
The Lucha Bros are the smoking guns, is what you're saying here.
Yeah, well, yes, of course. So I guess.
All right. So who is
Bart also had Sierra Mado.
So who is also going to be Chuck Palumbo once Rey Fenix is done with the New Age Outlaws here? Like, that is the question.
I mean, if they're going to do the whole Bill and Chuck ambiance, I guess it would almost have to be Garza. I think if you want to do with Latino Bill and Chuck, I don't know what Spanish, but you look so good to me.
I put you on the feet on the fire with that one. I wouldn't have picked Garza. I don't know who I would have picked. All right, one day. But anyways, here we are, 2025. Andrade and Rey Fenix. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Overall, what do you think?
Thumbs up. Enjoy them while we got them. I don't think they're going to team for very long. I think this is a way to get two talented guys on SummerSlam.
I know in a few years, once we look back at this TLC, be like, they were a tag team. That might be the
Rhino Benoit of that SmackDown TLC.
I was gonna say the Hurricane and Kane Raw TLC, like they were a team kind of thing, right? So, all right, Street Profits here, of course, the most accomplished team here within the WWE, of course. Probably the best team within the WWE, maybe outside of Fraxiom. The whole right side's really good. Yeah, all these teams are very good. I'll get to the White Sox. But anyways, you could make a case that easily Street Profits are the most decorated tag team within the WWE so far. That's probably the best word for it. But just coming off the title win, I don't really think they would win this, but you never know. Unless if they want to do like a win and we're going to Raw with the belts, and then I don't know.
I hope that's not the case because I like the synergy of the worlds on one show and the WWE titles on the other show. It helps my simple brain.
It could be flipping Cody and Gunther, and that was the catalyst to flip the tags.
Okay, yeah. If you move them all, I guess, yeah.
Simple men, it is Ohio. Anyways. I have to get my Cleveland slander in.
Well, I mean, we're trying our best, okay? We're doing what we can do despite ourselves.
I just had Ebby on. I have another Clevelander here. I had to.
Oh, I shouldn't be punished for Ebby's sins. But the Street Profits, they're a great tag team. I love their aura. I usually when somebody changes their theme music, I hate it because I'm like, that's not what I'm used to. Their theme music change fits. Yeah. It still works. They've kept them together way longer than I would have thought they ever would have, but they've been great. And I don't see them winning here. They were my debate between 3 and 4 with Andrade and Fenix, but they're going to play their role. They're going to get close. They're going to pop the crowd. Had they still had the champs, I could see them retaining here, but just losing it, that just recently, I don't see them getting it back this fast.
Yeah, that's pretty much the crux there. They just lost it. I doubt they get it back, but maybe they just wanted to get to this match, and maybe a quick flip to the Wyatt 6 was a route to get it, and they still want the Street Profits. So I think like 5 or 4 is probably the best chance for them. I mean, let's be real, Machine Guns are 6.
A far 6.
All right, so the Wyatts. I don't hate the Wyatts. I'm more indifferent to them than anything. But I will say, though, I like Gacy in ring, and I like Loomis with Gacy in ring, if that makes sense. I like their combo moves. I don't mind the look. I just hate the spooky aspect of it. And I get it. That's what the Wyatt 6 are, spooky.
Right.
I hate when they arrived and all these teams were incredibly diminished and they were like afraid and they were shocked. I hate that aspect that they killed 10 characters here because they had to fit into the Wyatt aura in the Wyatt universe. That's what I don't really like about the Wyatts. They're too different to fit into normal WWE TV from a presentation standpoint, and it's just too weird. I get the positives, but I don't like the negatives that do it. I wish they were more human in a way so they could fit in, but I guess that would take away from some of the aspects that are endearing to them. I don't know how to put it. It's just too complicated for me.
Yeah.
In a way that like theme music is complicated to you and Ohio math is complicated to you. I don't want to expand my thought on things as well. So I don't know. I want to say indifferent, but I don't like how they make a few things feel is how I'll put it.
It's the same thing with Bray when he was alive and part of this. Like the character was interesting. The world was intriguing, but at some point the bell's got to ring.
Yeah.
And it is weird, and it feels like 2 left shoes.
Yeah, but sometimes I like some of the stuff they do in ring, but it's also they're too left-footed, like you said, where Gacy's good. I'll put Gacy.
Yeah, no, I don't mean they're in ring. I just mean like the vibe in this.
Yeah,
when they were going with American Alpha, they were just with American Alpha and they were messing with them. You expand the universe more and it makes it harder to chew.
Yeah. Because you expand it to this forever going SmackDown division that feuds with everybody. Now they have to diminish everyone where they can just do Alpha. They can be within the Alpha universe and it works, right? Mm-hmm. Now you got to expand here. You're in a whole division and all these people are interchangeable with each other and then kind of bringing each other up as they rise up the division. The Wyatts come in and kind of sink it down, and that's what I didn't really like about it. To kind of go full circle, but I don't know. If you were to put them on your scale, where would you put them?
The Wyatts, of the 1 through 6 ranking this, I would put them at 5. I don't think they're walking out with these titles. It's a way to get it off them without beating them because they don't want to beat them. They wanted to introduce them to the division. Now the division's too full. It's weird. People are going to be shifting around here soon, I think, and especially in the tag divisions. So I don't think they're walking out of here with the gold. We proved our point about brotherhood and see these people are now, whoever wins, they're now brothers and they can move on without being defeated, and they can still be the spooky and how do we stop these guys in whatever one feud they're in. And they can do that away from the title.
I like your 1 through 6 gimmick. So let's just kind of review it. You have DIY 1.
Yes.
You have Fraxiom 2.
Yes.
3 was
gun to my head, Luchadors.
The Luchadors. 4 was the Profits. 5 was the Wyatts. 6 was the Machine Guns.
Yes. I think the Machine Guns are a distant 6. Like if I would give them 0% chance of
I gotta give them 0-1, right? What if like Otis happens and they fall in their hands and it's like there's a they fuck something up, even though Otis was on plan, but they could fuck something up and it could fall into Shelly's hands.
Oh, and then they have to be the champs now.
They have to be the champs, right?
I guess that's true.
1%.
1%.
All right, I'm gonna play your gimmick, but I'm gonna go a different route, but I'm probably in the same avenue. And I'm kind of gonna go Wyatt's 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Wyatt's 1, Andrade and Ray Phoenix 2, Fraxiom 3, DYI 4, Profits 5, Machine Gun 6. That's just my gut reaction. So I like that there's a little distance between
very different
predictions. Yeah.
I think it's going to be super entertaining.
I hope so.
I'm hoping we get close to 20 minutes. I don't want it jammed into like a 12-minute package. Like if we can get them 20 minutes even if like the entrances are real quick, so the bell time's 20 minutes. That's what I'd really like.
What this is, I don't want to say I'm afraid of, but what I think and what I predict is WrestleMania 40, where it's a 3-star ladder match and it's totally forgotten about.
I hope not, but there's a lot going on to jam
doubt.
in this show. I mean, if it was a one night, for sure that would happen, but maybe we can get away with it here because the card's not that full. It's really not.
Yeah, there's space to have things breathe. This would benefit from being on early, maybe even open if you want to get like really cute and set the tone. You don't have Roman on that night, right? So I think Roman's going to open night 1. This could open night 2 and work.
The Raw Women's title also might open because they say if you're not main event, you want to open.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they want to stick that in the middle of the show.
Interesting. All right, Matt. Ferrell Comedy. Check you out, guys.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.